You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able to do what you want.
We are going to talk about books. I wanted to share a book haul with you, and I'm going to share my summer to be read list. You know, as a writer, we get carried away in our own writing, but I believe that reading other people's work and just escaping in a story that's not your own is a great way to amp up your creative juices. It's a great way to see a new perspective even of storytelling, and I don't know, I just love books. I will tell you that my favorite type of books that I love to read are contemporary Christian fiction that are geared towards women and building communities. That's what I love to write in my fictional books. So I love to read that as well. I'm very inspired by by a couple of the ones I'm going to share with you. I've just always loved their work. The first one I'm going to share was actually, I saw it and it looked great, and I thought it was from Erin Mangum, but it was not. It goes along with a lot that she does write, and it is Off Script, Over Caffeinated. If you don't know who Erin Mangum is, she is a young adult author. She does a lot of Christian fiction. That's all she writes. But she's very, she loves coffee. And in fact, she is now married and has children of her own. But coffee is a big part of her life. So most of the books that she has, coffee's included. And I just love that because I love coffee too. Went there for a while where I couldn't drink it very well. It really kind of messed with my stomach, but whatever that was is gone, and I love my coffee. So let's read. I'm going to read the back. This is written by Kaylee Ray and Rhonda Ray. Finding the Beauty of Not Like Me. What? Yes. If there is one thing Harlow Cruz hates more than those schmaltzy Heartcast TV movies, it's the fact that she loves the schmaltzy Heartcast TV movies. She loves them angrily, with popcorn. Popcorn? As if she doesn't get enough drama in her day-to-day, directing a ministry-minded community theater that cranks out 3 shows a month, trying to keep up with her aspiring screenwriter bestie, Tegan, a self-described dramatician with the Heartcast Channel movie division, announces they'll briefly be allowing submissions for new original Christmas movies. Tegan is convinced this is her time. Roped into workshopping scenes from Tegan's in-progress spec script, Harlow finds herself paired with an even more reluctant co-star. Jack Bentley might have been the most Heartcast original movie name on the planet, but he is anything but formulaic. How different can two people be? It's fine. Made for TV plot points do not a romance make. Right? Right? This is a mother-daughter writing duo, which I love. So I'm excited. This is actually the book I'm going to start with, and I'm going to start it tonight. Then, because I like to write, I like to read in series. I just love to read series books. I was not able to capture the original Hot Flash Club. This is the Hot Flash Club Strikes Again, and Don't Get Steamed, Get Even. It's by Nancy Thayer. She's a New York Times bestselling author. The reason I went with this one is because, ladies, if you are watching, I am approaching that phase. I am about to be 47 in September, and it just intrigued me. I love to read contemporary Christian fiction, but I love for it to be in the now and relevant to who I am and what I am going through at the time. So, let's see. The fabulous women in the Hot Flash Club are back and in top form, welcoming the pampering deprived through their discreet spa doors as Nancy Thayer returns with a witty, sexy, and heartwarming novel. The Hot Flash Club strikes again and introduces 4 new women, each struggling to reconcile her secret dreams, biggest fears, and deepest feelings in a topsy-turvy event shakeup of her life. When Polly, Beth, Carolyn, and Julia meet in a hot tub at the spa, they find a common thread of experience: toxic relatives. What's there to be done about undermining, meddling, scheming in-laws? These amazing women decide to fight fire with fire and vow to help one another resolve their individual problems, no matter how much secret videotaping, surreptitious snooping, and fiendish strategizing they must resort to. For the time has come to stand up for what matters, for their passions, their hearts, and themselves. As they maneuver through family drama and embrace unexpected change, this fantastic foursome comes to find that life is much easier and a lot more fun when you've got friends, wine, and chocolate along for the ride. So that sounded like a really fun read, and it probably would be a very quick read. So that is definitely, and there's more to this, so it continues after this one. Now, Karen Kingsbury has always been one of my other favorite writers outside of Erin Mangum. I love the way Karen writes, especially when she's writing about the Baxter family. She caught me with the Baxter family years ago, and then she has just continued to add to that. I have gotten very behind. So I picked up In This Moment by Karen Kingsbury. And in this one, lawyer Luke Baxter turns on the fight of his life defending devoted public high school principal Wendell Quinn, who is being sued for starting an after-school Bible study. Thanks to the program, Hamilton High has seen a dramatic decrease in the drug abuse, violence, and teen pregnancies that once plagued the student population. However, this lawsuit threatens to bring everything to a screeching halt. But God's truth won't be silenced, and Luke Baxter vows to stand up for Wendell Quinn. Because the fight is about more than statistics, improved test scores, and better student life. It's about religious liberty and protecting the very things Wendell Quinn and the Baxters hold dear: faith, family, and freedom. In This Moment is an inspiring, relevant story about the nuisances of religious freedom, the cost of the fight, and how a group of determined people just might restore the meaning of faith in today's culture. So that sounded like a great read. Then, When We Were Young. More than 1 million adoring fans have followed Noah and Emily Carter's lives on Instagram since the day Noah publicly proposed. From their first meeting to their stunning engagement and lavish wedding to their happily ever after, Noah and Emily were meant to be together. But behind the carefully staged photos and encouraging posts, their life is anything but a fairy tale. Noah's obsession with social media slowly ruining everything. Distraught, Emily reaches out to her friend, Carrie Baxter Taylor, and tells her the truth. Noah and Emily have decided to call it quits. He's leaving in the morning. But when Noah wakes up the next day, everything is different. Emily's gone, and the kids are years older. As strange events continue throughout the night, Noah is certain he is 20 years in the future and is desperate for a second chance. Now it would take a miracle to return to yesterday. When We Were Young is a rare and beautiful love story that takes place in a single day. It's about the gift of knowing what tomorrow will bring if you really walk out the door today. So that sounded amazing. Amazing. It's another book that you can totally get lost in, and that's usually what her books do for me. And then I picked up the newest one, Someone Like You. She looked from her mom to her dad. This guy, he was at the zoo yesterday. He was back again today, and he came up to me, introduced himself, and he told me that he had come here from Portland to find me. Maddie started to shiver. "He knew your names and Haley's." "We need to call the police." Her mother reached for the cell phone. "I want to make a report before—" "Hold on," Maddie wanted to finish. Her parents might be less worried once they heard the rest. "He said he came here to give me information about my biological family." A single laugh came from her. "See what I mean? The guy might just be confused, but it scared me." Suddenly, at that same time, her parents sat back in their seats. Their anger and concern disappeared. Her mother spoke first. Did he explain himself?" "Mom," Maddie blinked. "He didn't have to explain himself. I told him he had the wrong person. I told him I'm not adopted." Then her father did something Maddie would never have ever expected, never imagined. Something that tilted her entire world off its axis. He stared at his hands and sighed. The heaviest, longest, gravest sigh Maddie had ever heard. This one is going to be quite a quick read too. But that is, oh no, that's not it. Then, if I get through all these, I also am a member of Kindle Unlimited. I don't often like to get those books because the authors only make pennies on them, and as a writer myself, it frustrates me. But I am enrolled in it because I want as many people to read my stories now as possible who would be interested. But I have another 5 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all in a series. Let me see if I can bookmark this. Bookmark. Okay. Now, I want to scroll back because I want to show you. This is called the Sister Circle. I may have to go pull up my computer. Let me see if there's a preface real fast. This series is not listed because that was the first one. There's dedications. I wish on these they would let you see the back cover. Hold on. Okay, I got my laptop so I could read that to you. All right. Suddenly widowed with no means of support, Evelyn Pierbrow hangs a for rent sign in front of her large Victorian home, and her life changes ways she never dreamed of. In a matter of days, she becomes the owner of a busy boarding house and must now cope with the lives and emotions of the most incompatible group of women ever gathered under one roof. How will Evelyn manage? What will her future be like now? The Sister Circle Book 1 is a charming contemporary series, introduces Pierbrow Place, the quaint Victorian house that becomes a refuge to 7 women of vastly different ages, personalities, and backgrounds. This heartwarming and timeless story reveals their struggles and triumphs as the women forge a special bond of sisterhood and come together through faith and love. This is written by Nancy Moser and Vonette Bright. It is co-authored. Which I find very intriguing. I would love to have a co-author myself. The next book is An Undivided Heart. It is in the same series. Let me go to the series and read. This is book 3. Sorry. Round the Corner is book 2. Oh, well, I just clicked out of that. Oh, well. Round the Corner. Can you see that? That one. Evelyn's not so sure she likes the new dynamics of Purebrow Place, her impromptu boarding house. Even though it had been hard adapting to strangers living in her home, she and other women from the sister circle had found a calm cove of sisterhood. Now Evelyn is forced to start over with a new set of boarders with more challenging personalities and problems. Evelyn fears that the bonds of sisterhood may not come as easily this time. So this series really is just going to be kind of along those lines. An Undivided Heart is book 3. The women at Purebrow Place are about to enter a season of the heart. Things are ever changing at Purebrow Place, and once again, Evelyn Purebrow opens her home to new boarders. This time she gets more than she bargains for. With one new tenant whose vanity exceeds all bounds, and another who's a doormat to her dominating fiancé. It seems these women will never find common ground, even as they struggle to share one house. But loyal members of the sister circle, May, Pepper, Audra, and Tessa, are all close by to keep love and faith growing amidst the heartaches and joys. Evelyn even finds the courage to open her heart to new love. And this time, she's not the only one. An Undivided Heart, Book 3 of this charming contemporary series, continues the timeless, heartwarming story of Purebrow Place, the quaint Victorian house that becomes a refuge to women of vastly different ages, personalities, and backgrounds. Through struggles and triumphs, the women forge a special bond of sisterhood and come together through faith and love. I think what drew me to this series is, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Yada Yada Prayer Group. By Netta Jackson. That was an absolutely fun series, and it was the same thing. All these ladies met at a women's retreat, and each of the books have brought a new story, a new place in their lives. And I don't know, it's just, I love books like that. A Place to Belong is book 4. I think this is the last one. Evelyn's newest boarders are penniless, but God is watching over the sister circle in amazing ways. Evelyn Purebrow is worried. Once again, she has taken in new boarders, but this time she's opened the doors of Purebrow Place to women who can't pay a cent for her services. But the bonds of sisterhood are strong as ever. As Evelyn reaches out to these sisters in need, she discovers that God has a whole new plan for the sister circle and for her. Evelyn could not have predicted the shock in store for her and Piper. A Place to Belong, Book 4 of this charming contemporary series, completes the timeless, heartwarming story of Purebrow Place, the quaint Victorian house that becomes a refuge to women of vastly different ages, personalities, and backgrounds. Through the struggles, triumphs, women forge a special bond of sisterhood that come together through faith and love. And that, my friends, I'm very excited to read. All 4 of those books through Kindle Unlimited does not cost you a penny. You can get, I think, every one of these in paperback. I will link all of them down below, and you can kind of research what you might find. Now, I said this is my summer to be read list, and it is. It is. But it may extend into early fall. We'll see. We'll see how much reading I actually get done. One of my goals for June is to read every single day. And so these books will help me get there. And we're going to try. We're going to see where it goes. Again, I think I'm going to start with the off script over caffeinated, just because it looks fun. The others look great too. It's hard to pick. That one just happens to be the last one I was waiting on to get in to do this haul, so that's where I'm gonna start. Because I figured if I was waiting to share, then it must be pretty important. So there you go. If any of you would like to read any of those books with me, let me know. I will come back and do a review on them as I read them. I think even if it's in a vlog, I am still wanting to vlog and show you guys a writing vlog every Saturday. So maybe I can catch you up on what I'm reading and how it's going. Today is Monday, my time. Happy Tuesday to you. So I imagine by Saturday, I may be halfway through this, if not more. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. If a book does not grab me in the first 2 chapters, I often will DNR it and not finish. So I don't know if any of these are going to do that. There you go. I would love to know what you're reading. What are you reading? What is your favorite subject to read? What is your favorite genre to read? You know, is it sci-fi? Is it murder mystery? I love true crime as far as movies and that sort, even Snapped and all that kind of stuff. But I've got one book that I started to read and I just put it down. I've watched the movie it's based off of. I watched a movie that was based off that book so many times that it was getting kind of confusing. But I may pick it up again, maybe in the fall. That'd be a good book to read then. So, what are you reading? And I don't know. Do you read? Do you not read? Do you just write? Do you not write? Tell me down below. Bye.
I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down to obscurity. Don't let me ever be this alone. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. Shouldn't be trusting me, I could be making it all up, you know.